Zombie Apocalypse.
Halo, selamat malam, pagi, siang, bagi siapapun yang nonton ini. Di sini kita bakal lanjutin lagi game Planet Zoo. Nggak tahu di part berapa sudah ini. Kemarin kita di apprenticeship ini terakhir kan ada misi tuh buat nambahin spesies itu. Ternyata kita disuruh nambahin spesies di dalam, entah kita bikin kandang baru atau kita bikin exhibit baru kayak kotak gitu yang berisi spesies baru. Di sini kita bakal lanjut di yang ketiga nih, Bear Essential Panda Park, masih di mode tutorial ya ini ya. Oke, kita lanjut aja. Oh ya, bagi teman-teman jangan lupa bantu like dan subscribe-nya untuk channel ini bisa berkembang. Oke, langsung kita mulai. Nah, sekarang sudah kita masuk di dalam gamenya. Ini mode karir yang bagian 3. Tema-temanya kayak di Chinese.
And they're my daughter's favorite animal. I think it's fair to say that if ever there was an animal which has captured the public's imagination, it's pandas. Well, that's assuming you ignore cats and dogs. Obviously, it'll take more than a cute bear to knock them off of the top spot.
Temanya tema China.
Oh, but did you know? Thanks to the incredible conservation work that's being done in China and around the world, pandas are no longer endangered. Amazing! That said, they're still considered vulnerable. So, this zoo is extraordinarily lucky and honored to be part of that conservation effort. It really speaks to our reputation, a reputation that you're going to be in charge of maintaining, along with all the general maintaining too.
Ada flamingo, ada buaya. Wah, buayanya buaya ini lagi. Buaya moncong panjang itu, buaya supit. Kalau kami orang Kalimantan bilang buaya itu buaya supit namanya. Buaya yang moncongnya panjang.
The eyes of Nancy are on you too.
Welcome to China.
This
is Bernie's brand new Panda Celebration Zoo. So new, in fact, that it's not quite finished. But we'll deal with that later. First, let's
Jangan lupa minum, guys. Oke, di sini misi kita di sini ngapain nih?
Obviously, the giant pandas are the main attraction for this zoo, and luckily for us, we have one which was born just a few days ago.
Oh, ada bayi panda yang baru lahir. Ayo kita coba lihat ya.
Go on, don't be shy. Select the panda cub.
Di mana nih panda cub? Mana? Enter giant panda animal camera. Di mana nih? Oh, di sini nih pandanya nih. Di sini kita ambil satu. Oh, ini mereka ada yang lagi makan nih. Tuh, lagi pada makan. Makan apa mereka? Makan bareng anak-anaknya tuh. Makan semangka, makan bambu.
They can actually eat up to 38 kilos of bamboo a day. Not that surprising, given that they'll spend up to 14
Bisa
hours a day
menghabiskan
chopping
38 itu berarti 38 kilo bambu per hari.
Paul has that kind of appetite yet, though. Oh no! I just got word from one of our keepers that a sable antelope was placed into a habitat without going through quarantine first, and that they're displaying signs of disease.
Ini ada yang sakit. Kita bakal ngeluaran. Di sini ada antelope yang lagi kena penyakit nih. Katanya bakal minta di karantina. Ini kah?
Good. Now click move and then transfer them into quarantine. I've highlighted the quarantine facility in the zoo for you.
Sekarang kita kirim ke karantina. Kita cari tempat karantinanya di sini. Udah ada tandanya nih. Ini pindahin ke sini.
Oh, phew. That's a
Oke.
relief. Now that we've stopped the infection from spreading any further, we need to build a vet surgery so the antelope can be treated and then returned to his habitat. I've already highlighted where I'd like you to build it, so why don't we head over there? In order to build the vet surgery, click on facilities, staff facilities, and then vet surgeries.
Kita disuruh membangun ya sejenis klinik gitulah. Klinik, terus ini pilih yang mana nih? Ya.
Role in a zoo, as they're the only places that vets can treat the animals. Once there's room for the antelope, the vet will pick them up from quarantine and bring them to the surgery. Yes, diseases can spread through a habitat quite easily, especially if the water inside it isn't being cleaned regularly. As it happens, I just got a report that one of our water treatment facilities has broken down, and the water in the flamingo and saltwater crocodile habitats has gotten dirty. I've highlighted the water treatment facility for you, so you should go and check it out.
Water treatment, kenapa nih? Menjadi apa ya?
Click on the water treatment facility to bring up its information panel.
Terus udah diklik.
I don't think you need a degree in mechanics to tell that this thing's thoroughly banjaxed. Click call mechanic.
Oh, kita
to get
panggil
it to come
mekanik
over and
ini.
fix it
Water
for us.
treatmentnya lagi mengalami
So, just to
kerusakan.
explain, water treatment facilities work in a similar manner to power sources, in that they have a radius of influence around them. That means any body of water which is even partly within that radius will be cleaned automatically. Also, like power sources, if they get damaged, that radius of influence will shrink, meaning that it might stop cleaning water sources which were only just within its reach.
Nah, itu mekaniknya
If you
sudah
want
datang
to
tuh.
check how much of your zoo is covered by your water treatment facilities, then there's a heat map
Oh,
you can
tuh,
use to see
dia
the
lagi baikin.
coverage. That way, you can quickly spot problem areas and rectify the issue.
Lagi nge-repair. Mekaniknya lagi nge-repair water treatment yang lagi rusak.
Good work.
Nah, udah
Now
selesai.
that the water treatment facility has been repaired, the water will be cleaned up in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. You can also use mechanics to repair power facilities, transport rides, bins, benches, signs, and as
Oh,
you
mekanik
already
bisa
know,
baikin apa itu?
habitat
Bisa
barriers.
transport ride, bench, sign.
Now, I'll be honest, I'm still a little worried about that disease scare we had, so I think we should do some research into it. Doing research into a disease can help prevent future outbreaks of it, and even if we do have an outbreak, it'll make the disease much less potent. I'd like you to start some research into bordetalosis. Disease research can be found in vet research, so head over to your research center and get one of the vets researching it.
Sekarang kita research mana research center kita ya. Langsung dari sini aja kayaknya. Terus ini yang mana main tadi research? Tadi yang sakit siapa? Antelope. Drag and drop pet onto board. Icon board. Ini kita drag sini.
Lovely job. Once that research is
Okay.
complete, I expect we'll send that disease packing in no time.
Kayak sejenis ada virus di dalam kebun binatang ini, tapi bukan virus corona kayaknya.
That was a close run thing with those antelopes. I dread to think what might have happened if you hadn't got them into quarantine as quickly as you did. Fast thinking there. We had a horrible outbreak of viral gastroenteritis here at Goodwin House. Although, luckily, that was just limited to me and my wife.
Right. Now that we've got all our urgent tasks in hand, we can start to focus on the guests and improving their time in the park. You see, you can also do research into new and improved guest facilities, transport rides, as well as new types of barrier and other things via the workshop. I've highlighted the workshop for you, so head over there, select it, and then click on View Workshop.
Click on where. Click on workshop building and then click view workshop. Terus ini workshop, terus
And finally, assign a mechanic to research souvenir shops by dragging and dropping them onto it. I can't wait to see what they come up with.
kita bakal nge-research apa nih? Apa ya? Momento. Begin research just a momento. Power. Coba kita ulangin ngomongannya si nenek tadi. Oh, souvenir shop. Ngomong dong. Mana souvenir shop nih?
Great stuff. That research will take a little while, so let's have a look at something else in the meantime. Because we've had some good news.
Ada apa? Good news apa itu? Good news apa? Berita baca
It
apa?
turns out that we're allowed to adopt more giant pandas. The authorities have given us 3 females to help with our breeding program. Even so, I'm sure you know
Kita
how
dapat
notoriously
izin lagi
difficult
buat
it is
ngadop
to get
pandas
pandas
itu.
to breed, so we'll have to be patient. Our current giant panda habitat is full to the brim, but luckily we've already got another habitat ready to go. But before we move our new pandas in, they'll need to go through quarantine. Of course, we can't do that until we've accepted them. So open up animal trading and go into the animal reward section. Just click transfer to animal storage next to each of the pandas, and then they'll be sent there. Finally, we can send them from animal storage to quarantine. To do that, just select them in animal storage, then click send to zoo, and then click on the quarantine facility in the zoo. Don't worry, I've highlighted it for you so you can find it easily. While we wait for them to clear quarantine, you should set up their new habitat so they feel at home.
Oh, jadi binatang yang baru datang tuh harus dikarantina dulu biar dicek kesehatannya. Takutnya nanti dia bawa penyakit dari luar. Ya, semua binatang yang di dalam malah ketular tuh. Sekarang pindahkan ke habitatnya. Mana tadi? Kemana? Ke sini. Nggak bisa. Nama pandanya si anjing, Xiaojing. Invalid destination. Kenapa invalid destination? Kenapa ini invalid destination? Maksudnya apa ini? Ini kan tempatnya panda. Apanya lagi yang invalid? Nenek tadi ngomong apa sih nenek? Oh, yang male.
So they feel at home in there. I'll also need you to bring over one of the male pandas from our other habitat, because without him, we're not going to have much of a breeding program, are we? So go on, move him over and get everything set up for your pandas.
Move one male giant panda to new habitat. Ke habitat mana dia? Ini female semua nih. Giant pandanya kita pindah. Yuseng, yang mana kita pindah? Guang aja, guang. Move kemana nih? Mau ke sini. Info destination. Set up new panda habitat. Use the button to make a circuit for item. Sudah pindah belum? Feeding station. Oke, kita kasih filter spesies. Kita cari panda. Giant panda. Ini dia giant panda. Terus kita kasih apa tadi? Feeding station. Mana tempat makannya? Sini juga kita kasih 1, 2.
Good news. Our new female pandas have been given a clean bill of health. We'd best move them into the new habitat so they can settle in. And I hope you've made their habitat as comfy as possible, because animals will only breed if they're happy.
Terus pindahkan yang tadi ya. Yang 3 tadi, 3 wanita tadi kita pindahkan ke 1 ini. Wah, ini nih bahaya ini. 3 lawan 1 ini. Ngeri kali nih.
Oh, bless. I think they'll be really happy in there.
Prianya 1, wanitanya 3.
Sooner rather than later. Right. While they're being delivered, we'd better get on with something else. Oh, dear me. There's never any time to rest when you're running a zoo, is there? Well, unless you hit the pause button. Okay, I think it's time I told you all about work zones. I know, they don't sound as interesting as the animals, but trust me, they're ever so useful. You see, work zones are a way of making sure that your staff concentrate on specific habitats or tasks within the zoo, so they aren't wandering off elsewhere when it's time to feed the animals or the like. So let's start by creating a new work zone, and then assigning a keeper to it so that they know to look after the new pandas. To do that, go into the zoo section, then click on staff and then work zones. Now click on new work zone.
Sudah, terus
To set up your new work zone, I'll need you to select the highlighted habitat gate, staff room and keeper hut. Oh, and don't forget to name it something useful. Once you're done, just go ahead and exit the work zone creator.
terus sudah mbak, terus mbak. Work zone sudah ditandain semua nih. Terus ini juga ya. Work zone-nya di situ. Ini ikut nggak? Terus include new panda habitat in the work ini sudah. Include keeper hut small in the work zone. Keeper hut small sudah. Include room small staff room small sudah nih semua. Terus oke. Kasih nama panda oke. Oh, enter.
Now let's hire a new keeper and assign them to our new work zone. We don't want them getting distracted by other goings on in the zoo. Go on, hire one.
Go to step. Kita apa? Suruh nambahin apa tadi? Lupa sampai.
Now let's hire a new keeper and assign them to our new work zone. We don't want them getting distracted by other goings on in the zoo. Go on, hire one.
Satu sudah.
Then click on your new keeper to bring up their information panel and go to their employment tab.
Kita klik mana orang tadi? Jangan kabur aja lu. Terus open employment tab.
At the bottom, you can assign them to your new work zone from the drop-down menu.
Apa tadi? Duh, lupa nek kamu ngomong apa nek.
At the bottom, you can assign them to your new work zone from the drop-down menu.
Oh ini. Kamu bakal kerja di Panda Geng Beng sini. Ini kamu kerja di Panda Geng Beng ya, Mas.
There you go. Now your keeper will focus his attention on our new pandas. Oh, and just so you know, all types of staff can be assigned work zones. Just make sure that they have access to all the buildings that they need. And one last thing, you might find it faster to assign them from the work zones tab in the staff section of zoo management. That'll save you having to chase around selecting your staff one by one. Oh, it sounds like the brand research has been completed. You should collect your rewards. And you can do that by clicking on the notification or by going back into mechanic research.
Mechanic research-nya sudah selesai. Ini rewardnya apa?
Our lovely new just a memento shop designed. You should build one of them near the zoo's exit. That way the guests won't miss it on their way out and we won't miss out on their money.
Open fasilitas, terus Ghost facility, terus merchandise, terus nih. Nggak mau kayak gitu aja imaknya.
Anyway, I'm just off for a moment, but I'm sure I'll have habitat shortly.
Dari tadi kayak gitu aja. Yang goblok.
Aw, those pandas look just adorable. I can see why people keep foolishly forgetting that they're wild bears. And good work on that new gift shop branding. Just a memento. Very clever. Much better than our old overpriced gifts branding. I'm all for truth in advertising, but it was perhaps a little on the nose.
Back as promised. Right, I'd like you to increase the number of different species in the zoo. Now, you can find out what species are already in your zoo by going into the zoo section and then into the animals area. And if you're wondering how you're going to fit them all in, then mixed species habitats are a great way to save space and create interesting habitats. Just make sure to check the Zoopedia to find out which species enjoy living together. E.g., don't mix lions with antelopes.
Sekarang ngapain kita, Bray? Staff are helping you to use the facility. Kenapa? Sekarang miliki 18 spesies di zoo. Sekarang kita sudah punya 15. Sekarang berarti kita nambahin 3 spesies lagi. Nama spesies apa nih? Tambah 3 spesies lagi. Ini tempat apa tadi ya? Flamingo. Mana buaya tadi ya? Buaya di sebelah sini. Flamingo digabungin sama buaya apa nggak dimakan? Oh bukan. Oh ada itunya. Ada pagarnya. Wah gede kali buayanya, berapa meter ini? Berapa meter ukurannya ini buaya? Siapa namanya? Taman. Nama kok Taman. Umurnya 19 tahun. Kasian masih jomblo. Ini siapa nih? Cepat banget lari. Oh ini orang mau larinya masuk nggak dimakan. Namanya siapa? Amisa. Amisa ini pacarnya Taman kayaknya. Ini mereka makan bareng. Apa yang dimakan tuh? Angin. Tiba-tiba habis aja. Tadi kita disuruh ngapain? Nambahin spesies. Sekarang kita lihat di sini hewan kita ada apa aja nih ya. Hewan kita ada giant tortoise, Chinese Panda apaan nih? Binatang, oh namanya Rian. Buaya namanya Rian. Buaya darat ini. Buaya namanya Rian. Namanya siapa nih? Amaya. Ini Atweta. spesies, tambahan spesies baru. Spesies baru. Apaan ya? Kita kayaknya belum punya nih. Kita sudah punya nggak Aduh, Tambah spesies baru, spesies apa yang belum ya? Coba ini yang di exhibit trading. Hewan apa yang belum ada? Iguana hijau sudah ada belum? Green iguana belum ada. Green iguana coba kita ambil green iguana. Mana green iguana? Adopt. Taruh di mana nih? Trade center. Oke guys, ini kayaknya cuma tinggal nambahin hewan baru di dalam habitat kita. Nanti kan bisa ditambahin sendiri tuh. Oke, sampai di sini dulu. Jangan lupa bantu like, subscribe, dan komennya. Selamat malam dan bye.